Hello and welcome to Versus, where I compare something to some other thing to see which thing is the best thing. Today's match is brought to you by Mattel. It's gothic horror versus classic fairy tales. To keep things interesting, I'm comparing two of the better movies to come out of the High universe. Up at bat for Monster High, it's 13 Wishes. And for Ever After High, it's Epic Winter. Let's start with the art design.
Naturally, there are going to be some similarities.
That's true. Both movies feature very similar aesthetics. Starting with the backgrounds, both do their best to turn their respective genre iconography into nice gentrified suburbs for its characters to bum around in. They also do a decent job with the danger-filled fantasy adventure locales. Now, in the character design department, both franchises feature similar strengths and weaknesses. As an example, both really tend to over-design their characters. The deciding factor is CG versus Flash animation. And frankly, the Flash animation in Ever After High is on par with the best of Flash. Whereas the CG in Monster High
is on par with a PS1 game.
Well, it's not quite that bad, but the CGI in Monster High is just not up to snuff. It looks really cheap, with shortcuts like painting walls to look like the outside. Point goes to Ever After High. Now let's look at the characters. Both movies feature ensemble casts.
Because toy commercial.
And toy commercials have a pretty consistent problem of putting too many characters on screen. And that means that not all of them can have equal screen time, especially because we need to go check in on the villains every now and again. Both movies are okay at managing this. In 13 Wishes, the characters and their associated stories are all there to show the potential havoc caused by poorly planned wishing, and occasionally provide some comic relief. Now over in Epic Winter, everyone participating in the main plot has a real reason to be there, either by world-saving necessity or blatant self-interest, which makes everything a lot more focused. Point goes to Epic Winter. Now for the antagonists. Both movies feature a good person being corrupted by evil, and that leading to some disasterific consequences.
Private disasterific is not a word.
The events in Epic Winter are kicked off by evil twins Jack and Jackie Frost, who corrupt the fun-loving Snow King with a magical shard of broken glass to the eye.
That's frickin' metal.
Actually, not really. Now over in Not Sylvania, Claudine's sister Howleen falls under the sway of an evil shadow genie, who convinces her to abuse her excessively generous 13 wishes. Oh, and there's not some prohibition against murder, resurrection, or mind control. What's up with that? Anyway, as fun as Jack and Jackie are, Wisp the shadow genie is just a better antagonist. Her motivations are more understandable and in-depth. Also, bonus points for the evil gothy-er versions of the Monster High ghouls. Point goes to 13 Wishes. Now for the story proper. Both plots revolve around a treasure hunt for a super important Who's-a-What's-It that's been split into multiple pieces.
So, it's a video game plot.
Correction, a 90s video game plot. In 13 Wishes, the girls need to find a magic mirror that's been broken into 13 pieces, and that's kinda sorta too many. Oh, and this little plot line doesn't come up until 45 minutes in, and the movie's only 72 minutes long. Now, to be fair, the actual plot takes about 20 minutes to kick in, but that's still a long time. Now, meanwhile, over in I Can't Believe It's Not Frozen, they kick events off pretty quickly, and they're only looking for 4 magic items, so they can spend a decent amount of time with each. And the whole thing is tied into the various character arcs that they have going. So, Epic Winter takes this category and the win. There's no real secret to why Epic Winter and Ever After High is in general better than Monster High. It's all technical stuff. More complete and well-thought-out storytelling, better developed characters, and more visually appealing style. But that being said, the Monster High movies aren't all that bad. In fact, some of them are kinda watchable. So, if extended toy commercials are your thing, feel free to check out either of these movies. Now, if you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, or video games, check out my channel on YouTube at StupidPrivate913 and find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.